over 180 million homes on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. I see you like those numbers, so don't wait. Call us today at 1-855-566-6328, extension 5. We have very affordable rates. Don't let your hard work you put into your content go unnoticed.
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to News and Views with Bella. I'm your host, Bella. Tonight we have a few special guests. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
All right, so my name is Rufus Lockhart. I am the executive director and chairman of a local nonprofit called the Fatherhood Empowerment Network, where we service single fathers and fathers in general, just to give them the empowerment and resources that they need to be strong gentlemen in their household and in their community. I'm also the owner of Fish and Grits Catering, local catering business. I sit on the board of another nonprofit called Kika's House. I am also one of the founding creators of another local nonprofit called the Enderley Park Collective. And yeah, that's my story.
My name is Mosiah El Bay. People know me as Ahmad, and I'm the VP of Fatherhood Empowerment Network with my brother here, Rufus. And I own a for-profit business called Fit Kids for Life, and that's about all for me.
So my name is Raymond Moss. Y'all know me. I'm the CEO of World Changers, and we are community relations, and we always love helping the weak, sick, poor, meek, blind. Hey, we love helping, and that's what we're here to do.
All right, it's a lot going on over there.
It's a lot going on. Right.
We're going to break it all down tonight. My first question is, what inspired you to start the Fatherhood Empowerment Network?
So I'm a single father myself. Father to a beautiful daughter named Trinity Lockhart. She's 19 now. And I was kind of, thrust into the situation. I was with her mother and she had a son. And, meeting her and dating her, I was living a different life, and it was a fast life. Money came fast, things came fast. But upon me having my daughter, just kind of clicked. And I was like, you know what, I have to do something different. You know what I mean? I have to find a different way to sustain life that's not going to put me at risk, you know what I mean, of going to jail or being away from them and not being able to provide. And she still wanted to live that lifestyle, but she didn't communicate that to me at that point. So she kind of just, disappeared. And she, unfortunately, she left me with her son and my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, just being a guy that was coming from the streets and, not knowing how to take care of a child, let alone, and a brand new baby, you know what I mean? So I leaned on my community a lot, you know what I mean, my family, and a lot of people that I knew in the neighborhood. But it was super hard trying to find resources and even knowing what resources were available, if they were available for a single dad. Because, 9 times out of 10, a lot of the resources and benefits that are available for single parents are catered to being there for the single mother, and the father has to be the absentee parent. And of course, we know that's unfortunate. And I know what it took for me to get to where I am. And I wanted to be able to help other guys that may be in a similar situation, because I know there has to be more, out there than just me. And you look at the numbers, it's crazy. Like, there are a lot of single fathers out there, but we have to find ways to encourage them to speak up and say, hey, I need help. Because a lot of times as men, we keep things close to the chest and just figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to make it happen. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm struggling. I need help. You know what I mean? And so we just was like, you know what, we got to start something to kind of be able to reach back and help these guys and give them that help that they need. Because I always use this analogy, like if you ride past the bus stop, right, and it's it's inclement weather, it's super hot, or it's raining, or it's cold, you see this lady at the bus stop with, mad kids, groceries and stuff like that, you kind of feel bad for them. You're like, dang, can I help? What can I do? You know what I mean? But you ride past the same bus stop and you see a guy over there in that same situation, it's just kind of like, oh, he got it, he gonna
Yeah.
figure it out, or maybe it's his
Mhm.
weekend, or now he see what moms go through or whatever. And yeah, we do, you know what I'm saying? But we need help too. And I've been that guy at the bus stop with my daughter, her brother, a bunch of groceries and laundry.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Having to catch the bus from Tuckasegee to downtown, from downtown to West Boulevard to take them to school, from West Boulevard back uptown, go to work an 8-hour shift,
Mhm.
catch the bus back to West Boulevard, pick them up, and then go back home. You know what I mean? And having to do that, it kind of it brings a different type of insight. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, let's start something.
Yeah. You guys have anything?
Oh, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love the way he explained us. And both of our stories is the same. Amar will tell you his story is the same. My story is the same. We get it from our parents, our mother. She took care of people, homeless people. That's all she did.
Mhm.
So me working construction, same way. I wanted to give back, and that calling came to help. So that's why we came out here to help anybody that was in need. And that's what I did. I started a homeless notice for the homeless. Doing the winter thing, summer thing, get water and stuff. Even when we came in, it was a homeless guy out there. He fell out. You know, I guess it's from heat.
Yeah.
And we usually have trucks or cars out there.
Mhm.
We give them water and food and stuff. But when I got into it is when I started, same way, World Changers LLC. We all world changers. We all can change anything in a 360 direction. We can change it. Anything out that door, we can't change. But anything in here, we can change.
Yeah.
Our decisions, you know, for the best
Mhm.
or the worst. It depends. So when I got out there, we were doing Corona, same way. A lot of people seen Tent City was out there. It just was a calling. Got out there, talked to a lot of guys that were like Rufus, Amar, raising children. It wasn't even their fault. They lost their job and they got put out because the rent man said, no, you got to go. So the girl, she would watch the kids. The dad would go to work and day shift. Then she would go to work night shift and he'll watch the baby. And they was back and forth like that.
Mhm.
So dealing with different companies, Rufus asking for help. Our GoFundMe, we did raise $7,000, easy. So we was able to get book back, camping material for them to sleep in, you know, anything they can eat. Because hot food, they don't have microwaves.
Mhm.
You know, they don't have that. So it just called me in there. Now you have Rufus here, he's fighting for this. And you have me here, I'm fighting it on this side of town.
Mhm.
And then we'll let brother Ahmad just seal the deal. Now you know how all three of us came together. We strong together.
Right.
And that's when Fit Kids started.
That was gonna be my next question. How did you guys meet? Like how? What brought you all three of y'all together?
I've been knowing this guy right here since what, 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
I've been knowing him since about 5th, 6th grade. So we all childhood
Grew up
friends.
together. Okay.
Grew up in the same neighborhood, same community centers. You know, so we lean on each other for a lot of stuff.
So y'all born and raised Charlotte.
Yeah, these are my brothers. These are my brothers.
All
Right.
right.
We know it's rare, right? We know it's
Yeah,
rare.
But the love of what each other did, and I wanted Amar to explain how Fit Kids came because it touched both of us, you know, and he made sure we stayed healthy always. It's not about what you look like on the outside, it's about what you feel like and is on the inside. That's what we got to keep going. So he came to us with that, and he'll seal the rest because I know they want to know about. You know, it's a lot of people.
The question was, well, Fit Kids was born out of a pure passion for just being outside, being involved with kids, teaching them all the things that they need to know as far as to get to stay healthy and to just be able to move around and do some of the things that other people are not doing, you know. So when I created Fit Kids, I created it in 2019 during the pandemic, and I actually was working with kids doing coaching football with my nephew. So I had a strong passion for it, and still to this day, it's one of the main things that I do. I love teaching kids how to work out and create better eating habits. And if anybody need a kid to come to Fit Kids, I would train your kids up. You know, it is what it is.
Okay.
It's structure.
Which came first, Rufus, the catering or the father?
So the catering came first. Just having a passion for cooking, you know what I mean? I grew up in a household with both of my parents, but my dad was a hard worker, you know what I mean? So he didn't really have a lot of time to, you know, do all the rearing and stuff like that. So I spent a lot of time under my mom, and you know, she was always cooking, you know what I'm saying? And I was right there, and I just fell in love with it. And I like being able to, you know, create something from an idea, you know, and create it and actually create it into the world and be able to serve people. I have a passion for servicing people. I like to see people enjoying things that I've created for them or enjoying a service that I've provided for them. So, you know, moving around how I was moving around outside, you know, got some charges and some things, you know, going on in my life. So I had to, you know, take jobs that I could. And most of them was in kitchens. So just started out in the back of the house and worked my way up, you know, to getting on the line, working at Dean and DeLuca under one of like the top chefs in Charlotte, to being a saucier, being a sous chef. And it just inspired me to keep going. And I'm like, yo, like, you know, regardless of anybody's circumstance, throughout the day, you're at least gonna try to eat, right? If you gotta beg, borrow, ask somebody for food, money, or whatever, you're gonna try to feed yourself. So I'm like, all right, this could definitely be a lucrative business, you know what I mean? So I was like, I got to start something. And so I was like, let me just start a catering business because I think that would be a lot easier than like just trying to start like a restaurant, a whole brick and mortar building. So it started out, man, we started Fish and Grits Catering. Fish and grits is definitely a staple, you know, a dish that I make. So I was like, you know, it's we in the South, it's catchy.
It definitely is.
When people hear it, they like, oh man, where the fish and grits? Where's, you know? So and it just took off. And of course, you know, during the pandemic, things got a little crazy. So you know, like everybody took a hit. Some people, you know, advanced through it. Some people, you know, had issues. But you know, I was selling plates off the porch. You know, I just got back to that old school hustler mentality that I knew. And, you know, to this day, you know, we still rocking.
Okay.
And I created the logo.
He 100% created the logo.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so during this question is for all three of you guys. During the beginning stages of you guys' companies and, you know, working together, what were your biggest challenges and, you know, how did you overcome them?
My personal, for my for-profit business was just having the knowledge. We had some business and management classes in high school that kind of gave us like, you know, the ground rules of it and basics, but actually getting into it and putting your foot into it and doing the work, you really don't realize how hard it is and how much it is. Because, you know, we've always been told, you know, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a business owner, but it's a lot that comes with it, you know what I mean? And with the nonprofit, it's kind of the same, you know, having to file the paperwork, you know, knowing your bank accounts and how to structure your organization and your board members and how these things, and just make sure that you're staying above, you know, where you're supposed to be at. So those were just, you know, some of those personal challenges for myself.
Some of the biggest challenges for me was just getting clients to come out and be committed to the work. You know, so you might have, well, first of all, the kids isn't really a problem. It's more so the adults, the parents. You know, you put them in a program or or put them in something, and they don't like it or they don't see how things are going that first couple weeks or something like that, and they want to pull them out, or either they just don't stay committed to it.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest part, just like getting people to stay committed and just come in every day. And I think that was one of my biggest challenges.
Yeah, with World Changers, the biggest challenge was I was good as far as advertising. I had that. I had to talk, the gift of gab. I jump in the middle of the crowd when they can't dance, I'm dancing. I got that. But now bringing my personal family and friends on was the biggest challenge. So that obstacle, these guys got businesses. They got children. We all have to come together when we can come together. If I can't make it, they understand, they'll talk for me. We always been good at that. So being out there, I want to get 200 book bags. These book bags got everything you need, camping gear, everything for these people and these 200 people. So now I got to get my friends, people to get money. Nah, you got to start your GoFundMe. You got to start putting pictures up. You got to start recording. You got to start talking. If you be shy or just take a day off, you miss something.
So you
I'll
gotta
tell
stay
you,
dedicated to it.
I'll tell you, is Amar working out today? No, he took a day off. Is Rufus cooking today? No, you have your biggest clientele on that one day after 36 days, but that one day you took off, and that's when they come. So what I did, I left out. He'll tell you, he cooked by himself. He did his thing. He went and took kids and worked out by himself. He walked by himself. I walked by myself. See, we was able to still be sufficient alone. So I had people from Valentine's, they seen one of my stories and they donated $200. The soccer group from Valentine's, these people I never knew, but they seen my story and they donated $500. And then a friend of mine donated $1,000. I go them, they 25. I got more money from people I didn't know than people that I know or family or friends, because they have their own. They fully support me. If I call, they there. So that's some of the biggest challenges you want to come to keep moving, keep walking, keep stepping, regardless if you're by yourself. Keep moving. He kept walking that trail. He was by himself. He kept cooking, whether nobody came.
Yeah.
But, so those are the biggest challenges. Don't stop. Keep pushing.
Okay.
And that was a challenge right there.
How did you find? Okay, we answered that one. What are your daily habits and routines that keep you focused and productive? Daily habits and routines.
For me personally, so of course I wake up, I give thanks, being grateful, to having another chance, to make a difference. Making sure that we are visible on social media, because it's such a big engine now, for businesses. So just definitely making sure that we're visible on social media as much as possible with all of our efforts. Anything that we got going on, even if we don't have anything going on at that moment, I'm always like sharing anything that another nonprofit might have going on, even on my for-profit business page. If I don't have a catering, because I gotta be more mindful of taking pictures and doing all that, because I be in it and I'm not thinking like, take these pictures and record this and post this, but I still like shout out other local businesses that might have something going on, other caterers, friends and family, things that they got going on. So just doing that is still, it brings me peace and it helps me, move and by helping other people out. So.
We know some of your good daily habits.
Well, the first and foremost is, like you say, give praise to the Most High for waking me up in the morning. That's the first thing. And then before I even go brush my teeth, wash my face, or anything, I hit the
50,
floor.
50, 50.
I hit the floor and I get 50 push-ups in every morning, and then I'll go wash my face and get my food and my coffee in me. And I know I need to stop drinking coffee, but that's one of my get my coffee in me, and I check emails, see if this brother didn't call me. And most of the time he would be then called me or sent me an email. So and I have a bad habit of not posting stuff when I supposed to post. So that's one of the things that I need to get more in focus is like posting stuff and being more visual on social media, because like I sometimes tend to just let them do that, you know, because I'm into nature and gardening into fitness. So like all the other stuff, I really don't. I like to put them up to that, you know.
Yeah, some of my biggest habits, like both of them, we all agree, give praise first of all, you know, and that's the biggest habit that I like. They'll tell you I love to just give praise all day, because I feel like it's somebody watching us at all times. And you can say one word to someone that can brighten their day, you know, and that's what I love about we have individual talents that was blessed by God. So now we intact with our talents. If he's weak and I see he's posting, I'm gonna come in right there and help him. And it's good. So my daily is depending on him first, but he gave me other people in my corner. So I make that a habit to look at their stuff, make that the habit to look at the next one, watch what he's planning, watch where he's going today, give a call, let somebody know I love you. See, make them positive habits is what got me here now. From so many bad habits that we have, I start bringing in positive habits. You want something, you have to give something in return.
Yeah.
So all of us can agree on that. Just maintaining with each other. That's some of our daily habits.
So you guys bounce off each other. That's
Yeah,
really
a lot.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Most
that's
definitely.
great.
Most
That's
definitely.
amazing.
Yes.
That's wonderful. What's a mistake you made early on that taught you a valuable lesson?
That's good.
That's the reaction I got from all three of y'all.
Well,
What's a mistake you want to talk about?
We're maintaining with our businesses. So one of the mistakes I made was trying to pay for everything myself. You know, I put too much money into, you know, I put at least $1,400 before I even got a dime from anybody. So I should have slowed down first. I should have strategically planned it. But I was all in. I'm helping them. I'm out here, you know, and whatever. If you ask for it, I'm giving it. If you ask for it, and that made me struggle as far as maintaining my bills. And I was behind in my bills, saying, I'm gonna give it no matter what. God gonna give it back. And he did. But still, it was a mistake. I should have slowed down because I didn't know it cost that much just to get into it. You know, so that was a costly and a learning mistake right there.
So I think I think I can vouch for this is mixing the personal with the business, and that's a lot of business owners' biggest mistakes in the beginning, not separating the two, and I think that was one of my biggest mistakes too. Just trying to pay for everything out of pocket and not use business credit, not knowing about business credit, like stuff like that. So just educate yourself on credit, business credit. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah. So of course I'm gonna go back and forth, but the for my for-profit business, it was a lot of the same. You know, just not really doing all the research, not having a full knowledge of what I was getting into, but I just knew I had this talent, I can make money off of it, and I want to be a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Not really diving into all the aspects of it and really being knowledgeable of it before I got into it, which I think it actually helped me too, because I was able to grow through it and I was able to learn while I was going through it. And kind of the same with the nonprofit. My mistake was I thought that everybody had the same passion that I had, like they was going to be as passionate about it as me and be 100% in, you know what I mean? But then I look up now, I'm filing the paperwork, I'm doing this, I got to do this, I got to post on social, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like, yeah, but that's, yeah. But I mean, that's why we called it the Fatherhood Empowerment Network, because it takes a village, and it took a network of people to get me where I'm at. So we are, like you said, we lean on each other, and you know what I mean? Wherever I'm slacking, my brothers got me. And of course, it's more of us than what's right here, but you know what I'm saying? We got a good support group.
The what you guys said reminded me of this thing I seen on social media. It was a pastor. He was telling a story about a guy that it was basically a story where God gave this guy a overflowing cup, and he realized his cup was overflowing with all of these blessings that God gave him. So he started sharing the blessings with other people. Anybody that needed it or asked for it, he gave. And he gave and gave and gave until his cup was gone. His cup was empty. So the pastor said he went back to God and was like, my cup is empty. I need for it to be refilled. So he said, God asked him, well, what happened to your cup? I gave you enough to share, but your cup was overflowing. So you had enough to share and you had enough to keep for yourself. So the pastor said the guy stood there, he stood there, with a disappointed look on his face, like, he didn't understand, he thought, he did good by sharing. He said, God refilled his cup for him, but he made sure that the next time he shared, he was aware to leave enough, for himself. Yeah. Well,
that makes sense.
After I listened to it, I was like, oh my God, because it kind of resonates with yourself. Like you give and give and give till you don't have enough to give for yourself. And then it's like you're sitting there empty and don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go back to God and pray for, you know what I'm saying? For, a refill on your own, you know what I'm saying?
I was literally just there.
That literally sounds like my.
I was literally just there.
That's when you guys were talking about that. So, oh my God, because it's like everybody has that in them. Like I recently experienced that. So it's like, it's a lesson learned, but it's like, dang, dude, you wanna keep giving because giving is making you happy.
100%.
But it's like you don't want to give until you don't have nothing left to give, left for yourself.
I just recently lost my job about 3 months ago, and I worked there for 10 years. And I was comfortable. I was, I had the routine and all that. And then out of nowhere, it was over. So I was down. I was down and out, like bad, depressed. Didn't know what to do, how to pay the bills, get whatever done and all this. But you know what I'm saying? Like you said, my brother just, he was like, hey man, he's like, nah, you know what to do. I'm like, bro, I got this much money left. He like, nah, you know what to do. He's like, nah, get up. You got to get up out the house. You got to tighten up and, do what you need to do. And I was like, you know what? Like, you right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure out another plan. And here we are today.
See?
Still,
you got your brothers to, they talked you back up. They brought your spirits back up. See?
That's a fact.
Your overflowing is right next to you.
That's a fact. Heck yeah.
We share our cups. Believe that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
That's amazing. See, when you got that system and that foundation, that's that stability you got. So when one of y'all are down, the other one knows, oh no, get your butt back up.
Oh, yeah.
That's something that we all should have. Like I have that now too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just needed to learn how to open up, and talk. Because for a while before I had my, my foundation, I was one of the people where I'm only gonna be down for so long. You know what I'm saying? But at a point it was like, this time when I went down, it was like I didn't see the top and I didn't know how to come up out of it.
Right.
So when I had to sit and I talked to, my peoples and my persons and stuff, they brought me back up, but it was a humbling experience for me. Oh
Really?
God, it was humbling because
Yeah.
it's like when you're up and you got your stuff going on and you on you can probably see when something about to happen, so you cover it before it happened.
Mhm.
This time it hit me in like dominoes. It's just
yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
That's how I do.
So it was like I was broke.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
broken. Like I ain't know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yes.
I didn't know what to do. So it was, the people that I had,
Oh, yeah.
connected, they brought they shined their light. That was it for me.
That's a
It was
beautiful thing.
that.
Yeah.
Woo, when I
Yeah.
say them, that's my people.
Right,
That's
gotcha.
my
Right,
person.
right.
Like
Love.
that's it right there. So I'm grateful for my people.
Mhm.
So that I understand. Your family right there because
Definitely.
it definitely comes.
Actually, a lot of us are unfortunate to have that, but yeah, definitely being grateful for having
Mhm.
people like that around.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So what is your definition of success? How has it changed from then until now?
I would say initially, I definitely thought being successful was what we had laid out for us, that American dream. You know what I mean? Having a house, having a car,
Yeah.
good job, beautiful woman on your side, kids. You know what I'm saying? And reality hit, and I was like, yeah, that's not it. You know what I mean? So, but for me, what success looks like now is being able to provide for myself first, make sure that I'm 100%, make sure that my cup is full, so that if I do need to help somebody, I can give them 100% of me, and I'm not running on 90% or 75%. Seeing my daughter being well off, being healthy, you know what I mean, being able, that's successful for me. Being able to help my community out, being able to walk through my neighborhood and not have to carry a gun, not have to worry about looking over my shoulder, nobody want to do nothing to me. I'm at one point in my life, I had people, anytime I was outside, they're like, hey man, what you got? You got something? You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, where the chicken at? You cooking today? What y'all got going on next? When y'all next event? When, you know what I'm saying? And that's successful. And my mother is 74 years old, and to be able to pick up the phone every day, call her, and her tell me that she proud of me.
No, that's success within itself.
You know what I mean? I don't need too much else.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't be emotional, but you know what I'm saying? It got me a little, you know what I mean? Like, that's my lady. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people would give anything to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can text her right now. I can pick up the phone and call my mama right now. When we leave here, she don't stay far from me. I can go see her. I saw her earlier today when I left the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and just to hear her constantly say she proud of me, like, I don't need nothing else. That's my success. You know what I mean? Because at one point in my life, wasn't nobody proud of me except for the OGs in the neighborhood. They proud of us for doing the stupid stuff we was doing. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's
In a nutshell. What success looked like for me, is just the relentless grind, to never stop, to never give up, to always keep pushing, and to have a legacy, leave a legacy for the little ones that's coming up behind me. That's what success looked like to me.
Shit, if y'all think about it, I'm successful right now.
very much so.
I didn't have a car. I got one now. I didn't have a crib. I got one now. I ain't have a job. I got one now. My daughter graduate, successful. My son doing good at successful. My friends living right here, successful. Just met another great spirit. Success is every day for us, right? Every day I accomplish something is successful.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, and I won't quote too much, but like they said, when you was a kid, you talked as a kid, walked as a kid, but when you became a man, you put the foolish away.
Mhm.
That's success right there. I'm not foolish. That we all gonna make mistakes, but the foolish mistakes. And look at us now. We got a home. All of us. We were staying with our parents. So coming up as kids to be grown men right now
Mhm.
and raised our children
Yeah.
successfully. And if we bought it once, we can buy it again. We successful right now. So it looks good to me. It looks real good on this side to me. I just gotta thank you, God. It look good. That's what, yeah.
So thinking about you guys when you were younger, and y'all spoke a little bit on it. What advice would you give your younger self? Knowing the things that you know now, where you are now in life, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would say expect the unexpected. Stay focused. Don't be scared to make a mistake. And that's really it, man. I mean, I don't really live in the past like, I
Mhm.
wish I hadn't did this or I hadn't did that or whatever, because it shaped me to be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
if I had the opportunity to do it again, I'd probably still do it all the same way, because I'm me. I'm who I am, and I'm always gonna be me, genuinely myself, in any room that I'm in. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel comfortable, in the hood. I'm comfortable downtown at the government center. You know what I mean? I'm anywhere I need to be. I'm comfortable because I'm going to genuinely be who I am, and people accept that. So I just tell myself, just keep pushing, stay diligent, don't give up, and one day you're going to be successful.
Stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I would say one thing, verify and clarify. A good friend told me that a long time. And that was the first time I ever heard where he said, verify and clarify. Don't just take nobody's word for it. So I took that and I would tell him that, what I'm saying? Watch who you hurt, Don't burn bridges, which I never been that way. But when it comes to women, like I would tell my son, take your time and learn first. Take your time and ask questions. You don't know until you ask a question. If you didn't have a father there, like he said, as a young boy, it was harder for us, even though his father was there. So I didn't have no one to tell me, go to college or do this or do that. I just went and done it and tried to figure it out myself. So if I could tell myself that, it's ask questions,
Okay.
ask questions. Don't just run, like take your time, son.
I tell my younger self to take everything in stride. Don't rush to do anything. Um, you know, stay away from the fast money. Fast money could be no money in the end. So just take it. Just take everything slow, because life could be at a fast pace sometimes. So I just tell myself to just pump the brakes. My younger self.
Yeah.
What have you learned about leadership through being an entrepreneur?
Man, for one, it's not always fun. It's not always easy. When you got everybody leaning on you and depending on you, it definitely puts pressure on you. But I think that's where I thrive at. I thrive in those uncomfortable moments. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people might shy away from it, that's the point where I dive in. Especially like, having to hire people, having to fire people, firing family members, you know what I'm saying? Close friends. Like, it's that's the difficult part, you know what I mean? But I don't shy away from being a leader. I embrace it. In most aspects of my life, I've always been you know, a boss. So I'm cool with it. I embrace it. I love it. You know, I like being the one to set the tone and say, hey, you know, this was going on. This is what we doing. I start the group chats. You know what I mean? I hit them, hey, bro, we got this podcast. We need to be here this time. Let's make sure that we, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna just say what he said because I totally agree. What my brother said, he said it all right there.
Yeah, with leadership comes great responsibility. So,
Yes.
you know, like I said, I'm never one to shy away from responsibility. You know, we can't run away from responses. I mean, from responsibilities. Anything that you know, you got to make sure things is taken care of. So, I'm always one to step up. You know, like whenever my brother need me, I'm there. I'm gonna be right there, leading in the front. So I'm never gonna shy away from leadership.
So I have a question that's not in the book. The fatherhood empowerment thing, as far as the leadership with that, how were you able to incorporate that? Because that group itself is like with a bunch like alpha males and, you know, all of that going on. And then some guys don't like for you to criticize them on their parenting techniques or stuff like that. So how were you able to, you know, go through them obstacles with that?
I think just it goes back to my past, right? And having a similar past to some of these men. You know what I'm saying? Being having 2 felonies. You know what I mean? Having went to jail. You know, growing up in a, I guess, middle class neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us have those shared life experiences. So you can find a common ground without being condescending and feel, you know, make people feel like you talking down to them, like you sitting up higher or whatever. Just finding that common ground and just, you know, like I was raised by some real like men back in my day, like real OGs that, you know, taught us how to be men. And my mom, I got 4 older sisters, but she always allowed me to be a young man and she raised me to be that. You know what I'm saying? So just having that instilled in me, having that, you know, like I said, similar life experiences, it's easy to connect. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, connected, but it's easy to connect. It's really not hard. And I do have a gift of gab. I can talk to anybody. Walking down the street, I love people. I love conversations. And I don't mind having the difficult conversation. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets to that point, I know how to kind of reel it back in. And I have selflessness. I can be humble. I'm teachable. You know what I mean? You might be going through something, and I'm here to try to help you, but you may be helping me. You know what I'm saying? To be able to help the next person, or helping me on my journey by helping you. Like it, you know, it's fueling me. So I'm always able to find that common ground, and it is hard, like I said before, to get men to kind of say, you know, I need that help, or I'm going through it. Like I just saw this brother downtown yesterday. I was going to pick up an order, and he was sitting on the benches downtown. He had 2 kids beside him. They both were reading books. He was on his phone, and then he had another kid in the stroller, and he was just talking to another guy about getting him some food. So I stopped and I was like, bro, like, you a single dad? You going, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, I was just sitting there hoping somebody would, you know, offer me some help or some food or something. I was him at the bus stop, you know what I mean? So I'm like, it was so crazy, but I told him, hey, man, this is our organization. This is what we provide. We can help y'all brothers, you know what I mean? And I mean, it's 2025, you know what I mean? So a lot of people ain't just stuck in their ways where like you can't tell them nothing, or they not willing, like, especially if you looking for help, you got to humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can feel some type of way, but you want this help too, though, don't you? Right? You know what I'm saying? So either we gonna play it accordingly, or I can send you somewhere else where you can probably find some help. You know what I mean? People that can help you the way that you need to be helped. Or if it's not for you right now, then it's not for you right now. You know what I'm saying? So
How much choice?
yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering that because I know you probably run into that a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, I done had brothers call and they looking for financial assistance, and we can't help them at the moment, and they get attitudes. Or this one dude, he was like, somebody had sent him to us and was like, yeah, they can get you a job, they can do XYZ for you. And he was like, yeah, I done gave these people my social security number and this and this and that. And I was like, sir, you did not give it to me. You know what I mean? So I don't know what, services you're looking for, but we can't help you with this, that, and that at the moment. And, and he felt slighted too. But I'm like, look, brother, like, I don't know who pointed you in this direction, but they made an effort to try to help you. You know what I mean? So you got to try to figure out ways to receive this help, whether it's what you need or what you want at that moment. If it's not, then ask them, hey, are there other resources? Can you point me in this direction, that direction, or whatever? Because we work with a lot of other nonprofit agencies. We work with BJ Murphy and them brothers, and they do job placement, like immediate job placement. So if we can't help you with that, hey, call these brothers, go over here. We're now on Atrium's platform. So people that may be in the hospital long term and they get out, they need assistance because they've been in the hospital for long term. Now we're on their platform, so they can go look us up and they can come and they can get help.
Okay. So it's just for the men or the single dads?
Yeah, for single dads and fathers in general.
Okay.
And we're starting to try to incorporate things to help the youth as well.
Okay.
But it starts with the father.
Yeah.
So if we're able to put him in a position to help and be a strong pillar in his household, then now he can help his kids. You know what I'm saying? So we do kind of. I got like 2 mentees that I've been talking to. I met one of them in person, but 2 of them I'll be talking to them on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because their mom was like, yo, my son needs some men in his life. And I'm like, yo, when we doing events, when we doing whatever, bring them. You know what I'm saying? So they can see all these men, doing positive stuff in the community, and let them know that this is how a man should be moving, and these are options.
So do y'all have a Big Brother program, or it's just, do you guys do the Big Brother program?
Eventually, we working on that.
Right. It's not in the fold, you know what I mean? But we do it though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't turn nobody down. We implement.
Okay, I was asking for a friend because she.
Yeah,
when I told her who I was interviewing, she said, "Ask us, do they have a Big Brother program?"
Tell her to send them.
Okay.
Tell her to send them. But I always tell people, when you send your sons, just understand that you're sending them to men that were raised in the 80s. I'm leaving it there. We gonna right.
Chores.
We're gonna raise you to be a young man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he gonna work them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you the knowledge.
Yes.
We're gonna give you what you need. We'll give you all the tools that you need to be
Okay.
successful. But you just have to be. They got to be willing to accept it. Because
Don't put no conditions on the help.
Right, that's facts.
A lot of men ask for help and then try to put conditions on the help.
Yeah,
Don't put no conditions on it. If you need help, you get help.
I got you. We got you.
Yeah,
But you just have to be ready to accept it. Like, it ain't no sugarcoating over here. We of course we're gonna be respectful, but you know what I mean. We gonna raise young men to be young men.
Okay. What sacrifices have you had to make for your business? You guys explained that already. That was earlier on.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate more on that or no?
That's it. Yeah, sacrificing time, relationships, all of that. I sacrifice a lot being a single dad. Like, I mean, a lot. Like, they stopped calling me to go out because they knew I was gonna say no. I ain't got no babysitter. I'm at home with my daughter because I wasn't pressed to be like, oh, I'm gonna just take her to anybody's house or let anybody watch her just so I can go out and have fun. Like, it was cool. Like, my fun was at home with my daughter. You know what I mean? We great times. We danced, we watched movies. I couldn't wait till she can watch those little Disney and Pixar movies together, and we would have a good time. Like, You know what I'm saying? It's my best friend.
Yep, same here.
Shout out to Trinity.
You just answered my second question, my other question. My other question was, how do you maintain a work-life balance? So you answered that one
Yeah,
already.
most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot out of us. Now. And that's just talking in good, just being positive, trying to endorse everything that we know and learn from our families, our mothers that work hard, our fathers, and still working hard to this day. So that's just what we bring to the table is, like you said, 80s and 70s babies. Hey, you're gonna get some respect around
I
here.
understand.
It was a different
I
time.
was born at the end of the 70s, right before the 80s. So I understand.
Right.
I was born in 79, June
Okay.
of 79.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, you do. You
Yeah, you was right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right, so she know. I'm 77, so I'm right there. Man, I'm the oldest in here, but it's a good thing because I tell a lot of people we need to stop and listen to the children. They speaking out and they reaching out, but we ain't listening. We gotta work too many
Mm-hmm.
jobs and stuff. Sometimes you gotta take a day off for your children. You can't let no job run you, because at the end I worked 10 years, another 5, 7, 8 years for jobs. And it's gone like that, So I never depended on the job. I depended on the skills. Once you learn it, they can't take it from you.
Yeah.
So I like to endorse skills, teach them how to work on things, appliances, and that's what we are. So I'm coming in the construction area. So no, it ain't no little game. If you can paint, you're going to paint. If you can put this up, you're going to do it at home and do it for your mother now. So you wait for her to pay somebody. No, now we're going to teach you how to do it. Like they say, women can't change a tire. Yes, they can.
Sure can.
Yes, they
And
can.
one of my friends, when I stayed in New Jersey, I came from New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
I used to be with her, like she was one of the real pretty dainty girls. We was so, oh my God, we was coming up a road and she hit like this pothole that busted her tire and everything. She pulled over to the side. When I said she got out there, got her jacket, I was in awe. You understand what I'm saying? I was in awe because I don't know how to change no tire. I don't know how to put 1, 2, 3 things together. Listen, I'm one of them ones that do call for help.
Gotcha,
I need you to put this together for me. I can't do this. I can't do that. I was even my kids' Christmas toys.
Yeah.
Got my brother wanting to do that. I couldn't do it. But she got out there. She pulled it down. She tied her. She pulled her hair together, tied it up.
Oh,
Because she was Trinidad.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
She was real pretty. When I say she got out there, she changed that tire.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the crazy part was I seen so many guys ride past, so many guys walk past, and nobody asked her. She said, "This is why I learned how to do it on my own."
Right.
I said, "All right."
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. I could hear her with her accent now, probably changing that tire too. That's crazy.
Wow.
So I need you to let us know how we can get in touch with you guys and how we can, we can contact you guys to get our kids in here.
Yeah. So the Fatherhood Empowerment Network is on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and we're on the Neighborhood app. The website is THEFENCLT _my site. And that's our running website. The email is thefenclt@gmail.com. Yeah, that's it, man. All the information is on there. Any upcoming events that we got. We recently just did our neighborhood cleanup with the Enderley Park Collective. We got a book reading coming up at Betty Ray Rec Center. We got an opportunity with Share Charlotte, and we're going to do a community engagement night. We're going to do a movie night. We're trying to do that at Arbor Glen. Shout out to Marquisha. Hopefully she's watching and we can do this. She is. So, okay. So, yeah. So I talked to her earlier. So we're trying to do that over there. Halloween, we do our Spooky Spectacular Halloween event. every year. So we just give the kids an opportunity to, experience Halloween without having to go door to door, because of course we know it's not safe. Thanksgiving, we sponsor families every year with the whole Thanksgiving dinner spread. And then Christmas, we do our annual Smiles Tour giveaway. Last year we was able to serve over 200 and something families at Arbor Glen. So that's what we got coming up. Fish and Grits Catering, same thing. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, it's all there. You can hit me at fishandgritscatering@gmail.com, and you can book me there.
So you have what you call it, the truck. You have a food truck, or
No, we don't have a truck. So we pull up and drop off. We do catering serve. We can do catering and serve, or we can deliver and do a buffet style.
Okay.
Yeah, we do private events, in home, whatever you need. You put it on the plate, we got you.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for
No,
all the
thank you.
information you've given.
Thanks.
And I'm gonna need to talk to y'all.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
so-
Thank you.
Definitely exchange information and numbers.
Big shout out to the Connected. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Connected.
All right, you guys.
Blessings.
And we're gonna end this. And I want you to keep in touch.
Most
And,
definitely.
you know,
We'll be
send me the flyers or whatever you want to
Gotcha.
do, and I'll share them with you guys for you guys.
Oh yeah, and last thing, our kicking it for the summer kickball game is August the 16th. Right now we're looking for vendors, donations, and we're looking for sponsors. We do the kickball game, and we give away school supplies and classroom supplies, and that's August the 16th.
Wonderful.
We're shooting to have it. I think we're gonna have it at West Meck, but shout out to Lutz. We got to talk with the AD, but we should be good with that.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Yes,
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. And as always, you guys stay connected.
Yes, always.
Like that.
Yeah.
Do you want thousands of potential